friendship is the real magic.
They're just as bad as loose. She'd love it here.
Seriously, why doesn't she get any focus? It honestly reminds me of this.
Oh, hi, Mr. Krabs. Are you talking to that dummy I made? It's pretty realistic, isn't it?
Hi, I'm Kitty Monk, and I'm here to talk to you about the Owl House, or more specifically, Skara, a character I think needs, or needed, more focus. And thanks for pointing it out to me, but I didn't know Skara was spelled with only one R. I've been doing it wrong this whole time. The Owl House is a show known for character development. Sometimes they take up a whole episode, like with Gwen, other times they take up a whole season, as was the case for Lilith, or seems to be with the Golden Guard. However, one character I think is, or was, deserving of some sort of redemption is in plain view. I mean, come on, she's voiced by Kimberly Brooks. Do you know how many characters this woman has under her belt? True, Skara is a recurring character, and I doubt we'll ever see anything of substance with her, but I want to look at this video in a retrospective sense. Like I did with Lilith and Amity, I want to discuss what could have been. So let's start from square one. Who's Skara? Well, she's a minor character at Hexside. Yeah, a complaint I gotta give is most of the students aren't even named, unless you use the wiki or TV tropes. Amity had a whole posse, and yet only 2 of them have any actual character or presence. I dare you, without googling, what's her name? Or hers. Skara's on the bard track, but she's never shown using any bard spells. Same goes for Boshia and potions. That was always super weird. Skara doesn't have as big a presence as Boshia, but she's still associated with her. She starts things off as one of Amity's friends. Again, I might be repeating myself, she isn't as explored, she's mostly a background character, or standing off to the side.
That's easy. So instead, I'll become an ambassador to the human realm and re-establish contact with the giraffes.
For the first half of Season 1, Amity and her friends run Hexside with an iron fist. However, it is clear several times that she isn't as conceited or haughty.
You don't have to do this, you know. We know humans are like super fragile.
Don't baby me!
Maybe she's a follower, and she doesn't know what she's doing is wrong. Or you can make the argument she's like Heather McNamara, where she's a I don't care unless it happens to me type of person. Yes, she's spoiled.
Are these made of real insect wings?
My dad spared no expense.
But spoiled doesn't always mean spoiled rotten. As Mean Girls shows us, some of the evil popular girls aren't born evil. They're swayed into it. By picking the weakest of the pack, the alpha is able to maintain her status, because her followers don't know they're allowed to challenge her. Regina is undisputably evil, but Gretchen and Karen aren't. In both the movie and the musical, they're too scared to stand up for themselves.
I never told anybody that because I'm such a good friend.
Or they're so stupid they don't know they're getting taken advantage of.
God, Karen, you are so stupid.
The show could have said this with Skara, especially when we learn why Skara and Amity are friends in the first place. The one time Skara does get the spotlight, she isn't even involved in the main plot. She just kickstarts the conflict and then leaves after Act 1. In understanding Willow, Skara turns 15, and of course she wants a huge party, with specially made invites.
Time to bug out at my birthday party.
Okay, that reminds me of something.
You didn't get an invitation. You are the invitation. Isn't that clever? Your own little orphan.
As you might expect, getting an invite to a party is more exclusive than getting front row seats to Hamilton.
An invitation to Skara's party! I want it! I want it! It's mine! No, it's mine!
Oh, kid fight!
This scene in particular is very major. Notice Amity's bored expression. She's not even talking to Boshia until Skara tells her something direct, and Boshia seems to be talking to the air.
Now we're talking. I think today is a Talons Day. Rawr.
This is important. Skara has this to say about her friends.
Invite only, but you witches are my VIPs.
But again, Amity doesn't even respond. It isn't until later where Skara asks a totally innocent question
Amity, weren't you friends with Willow?
that she gets told,
I'm a blight. We only associate with a select few. Keep annoying me though. I'm happy to select fewer.
Oh, I could have sworn that you guys hung out.
Okay, I might go off topic again, but this really feels like,
Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
for the third time, this is important. The episode, instead of focusing on the party, focuses on Luz and Co. Amity burns Willow's memories, long story, and the only way to fix it is to go into Willow's mind and confront her subconscious. There, Willow's pent-up rage takes the form of Inner Willow, who is willing to do whatever it takes to get revenge on Amity.
Well, now I can erase all that pain. After all, out of sight, out of mind. Amity!
Whoa, Willow, maybe you should eat a Snickers? That is until Amity reveals the real reason she broke things off with Willow.
She wasn't on the guest list for a reason.
But she's my best friend.
Nonsense. Blights only associate with the strongest of witchlings.
And if Amity didn't do it,
sever your ties with Willow, and if you don't,
Then we will.
we'll make sure the girl is never admitted into Hexside.
but I talked plenty about that in my Alador Blight video. This leads into a reconciliation and some character development.
I think Willow should keep her memories of you. The good and the bad.
Me too.
Super touching, but there's somebody else who would like to hear about this. Skara. Yes, Amity was forced to hang out with her, but from Skara's perspective, Amity was a cherished family friend. Remember what she said before?
You witches are my VIPs.
Think of the story potential. How do you think Skara would react to learning Amity never cared about her? Or maybe she might have cared, but if Skara was out at sea and there was only one life preserver, well, Skara knows how to swim. Would she take revenge out on her? Just shut down? Who knows, was Skara also forced to hang out with Amity and Boshia? Or was Boshia forced to hang out with them too?
You may choose a new friend from one of the suitable companions we invited.
But they're mean. Just because you work with their parents doesn't mean I have to like them.
Was she mean because she didn't want to hang out at some random kid's party? Or was Amity just lumping her together with Boshia? Maybe Skara would have a realization of her own, and a mini redemption arc. She could try to apologize to Willow. She could try to befriend Luce. Her and Amity could try being friends for real this time. But for the rest of the show, Skara just stays in the background, blinking instead of speaking. And if she does speak, it conveys very little. To me, the biggest waste for Skara turnaround was in the episode Wing It Like Witches. For reference, this is the first time we focus on Boshia as an antagonist.
Say bye-bye to your popularity, Boshia!
Bye-bye.
Once Upon a Swap doesn't count. We also see Amity make good on her promise to keep Willow from getting bullied. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Like most fictional high schools, Hexside has its own sports team that brings home the gold. They call it Grudgbee. And as you'd expect, the team captain is a popular jerk everybody turns a blind eye to and worships.
Boshia could get away with murder if she wanted to.
What's this? Boshia got away with murder? I can't say I approve, but at least she's trying new things.
I don't think I know who...
Are a star. You may be hated, so long as you are feared.
Okay, I like Boshia with her hair down. Animators, could you do this more often? The day Grudgbee season begins, we get a huge roaring crowd.
Nobody's here!
Sorry, they're too busy looking at Willow, because Willow's a pure cinnamon roll and not a bloodthirsty social climber.
You're the coolest, Willow.
Oh, shucks.
She'd rather make fun plans for you, not tell the whole school you made out with a hot dog. And like a typical mean girl, Boshia has to knock down a house of cards by taking the bottom ace.
Wow, she has to make friends out of plants. How sad.
Thankfully, Willow has Amity to back her up.
I used to be like you, Boshia. Obsessed with status, challenging my competition, but I grew up. When will you?
Burn. But while we're on the subject, this could be a great point of interest for Skara. For likely the first time ever, Amity calls Boshia out on her bullying. In front of people. She gets laughed at, and on the first day of Grudgbee no less.
Oh, this is not gonna fly.
Sure, Boshia hates it, but like usual, Skara just stands there, barely reacting. Is she scared? Does she agree with Amity? She didn't say something like, Boshia, that is not cool what Amity said. Or, oh, you're right, I'm sorry, Amity.
Are you talking to that dummy I made? It's pretty realistic, isn't it?
This episode focuses on the Hexside Plastics. Wouldn't they want to focus on the Karen Smith too? Throughout the day, Boshia continues to antagonize Willow, and I'm sure you can guess what Skara does.
Aw, Willow thinks she's popular now. How cute.
It's weird that Amity hangs out with you now. Ever since Grom, she's gone soft. But don't worry, I'm still here to show you who's boss.
Why have her in the episode anyway? Just replace her with a lamp, but the story would be the exact same. Did she make an illusion of herself and the real Skara spent the day at Starbucks? You know what? That is my new headcanon.
There you are, dummy. You sure come in handy.
On Amity's advice, Luce challenges Boshia to a game of Grudgbee. The bet goes down, and each side pulls out all the stops.
There's something on your shoe.
Like I'd fall for that.
And just as it seems like Boshia's side will win, Amity even gets a broken leg, Willow's team prevails. Wait, scratch that.
Thorns.
What happened?
She caught the rusty smidge.
Okay, I found this joke funny, but did they really need to do this?
Just invalidates all our efforts. If catching that thing is so important, why do anything else? There's no reason to watch any of the other players. That's such a stupid rule!
They could have had Willow's team lose by 1 point instead. No, you're expecting Luce and Co to be humiliated. Wrecked.
Hierarchy.
Hey!
Good game, Willow.
I had so much fun playing you guys.
Oh, killing them with kindness, I say. Sure, Skara is showing good sportsmanship, but she never says anything to Boshia. And Boshia doesn't say something like, shut up, Skara, or Skara, you're off the team if you hang out with Willow. I might have repeated myself a lot in this video, but there were plenty of times the episode could have given us some Skara development. When Amity stands up to Boshia, when Boshia takes Willow's hair clip, when Boshia wins the game, when Amity breaks her leg.
Nice work.
Thanks.
Pretty much any scene at Hexside. It is unfortunate. With how fast-paced Season 2 is, I doubt we'll get any meaningful Skara episodes. Maybe a moment, but nothing on the level of Gwendolyn or Pacifica Northwest.
Ugh, Skara, why did you give me an invite that was molting? Gross. Give me another one.